Experiential learning in the Intro to Theater class is just a way for some of the students that like the tactile kind of work. It allows them to appreciate theater in a slightly different way. We're trying to develop, problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills, and that's one of the things that participating in theater gives you a lot of. There's constantly new problems to try to figure out. The longer they're working with something, the more they think, well, there's a better way to do this, or what if we tried this? And we're trying to make it a learning experience.
Open my eyes to trying different ways of different things, like building something, but using a different type of tool. But now I'm building huge prop sets with them. It actually expanded my knowledge about construction quite a bit more than I thought I could have.
I was a student at Grand Rapids Community College 40 years ago, and I was doing service learning for my class, and it was the thing that made me realize I want to participate in all the aspects of theater. I really encourage faculty to do this with their students. It opens up avenues that they may not realize even exist.
The platform is called Yellow Dig, and it's set up in a way that looks like a social media platform. And students are able to post pictures, do videos, they can like each other's posts. It allows them to kind of share and interact with each other, and they can also share tips. And some things that have really surprised me is how active these students have actually been. They go on there frequently to talk to each other and share these really cool stories with their peers as they're going through these experiences.
It really helps you to not feel alone, because we do a lot of work on our own, especially with online and then in our clinicals. And so it sort of comes together. It's like sharing our experiences.
We also want students to be engaged. We don't want them to just be going through the motions. And this allows them to have more interest in what is being posted, what's being discussed in the class. I care so much about my students, and if you really are truly the student's advocate, helping them find a way to really dive in and immerse themselves in a course, you have to kind of try new things and do different things to get them involved. And students kind of like that. They don't like doing the same thing over and over again. Routine is great, but trying something new and maybe going outside the box a little bit, students really like to adventure in that, and that's why they're going to school, is to learn something new. So I think as instructors, it's important for us to do the same.
We are starting a on-campus apiary over at the MTech, and while it's still in its infancy, it's gotten a lot of support. Kind of an intro to beekeeping, like a beekeeping 101. So there's a lot of people who are interested in beekeeping but don't know how to get into it. Students can see firsthand and visit an actual apiary. They can open up the hives. They can see what it's like, what's happening. These are amazing, amazing creatures. Statistically, 1 in 3 bites of food is pollinator-based, and honeybees are the most proficient at pollinating. I think what's one of the reasons we sparked this project on campus is because of our strategic goal surrounding sustainability. And we're trying to start looking at things that are outside the current infrastructure. While that's all great and sorting trash, it's time to think bigger. And we are partnering with the Grand Rapids Beekeepers Association with their local club, so they would also have a hands in this project. If you're passionate about it and it means a lot to you, if you start bringing it out and be able to start teaching people about it and educating, your passion is only going to grow. And I think people just sometimes don't know how to go about it or think it's so much extra work, which it is, but when you're passionate about it, it really does not seem like work.
Anything that we do offer online right now, I don't see why HighFlex wouldn't work for that. It's more effective than an all-online class because it's so easy to procrastinate in an online class. Whereas here, they know I'm still gonna join and they're getting notes live. They can stop me and ask me questions, whether they're online or in person.
With HighFlex, you can having the teacher be there and they still pursue you and ask you questions. It forces you to learn and to listen.
I know it works better for some students that are on a time crunch and physically can't get here on time. And instead of saying, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late, I better just not show up, they can join online and not feel concerned about, am I doing the right thing or not?
I've never had a math class quite like this one, where I actually felt comfortable doing the work at home versus being there in person.
I feel like it's the best of both worlds, really.
All my courses, I try to do service learning where we make some sort of classroom connection with the community and a community need. I started to do a project called ekphrastic poetry. And that's basically when you write about art. I approached RC. I said, hey, I'm looking for a project. Your designs are awesome. What if some of my students selected your designs and it would be part of their learning process? It helps students see the power in writing, that their writing can do something more than just be, maybe self-fulfilling.
It's really cool because we get to look at all these beautiful different designs and then try and figure out a way to put into words, like just kind of what we're experiencing by looking at it.
Seeing the gears in their head, like churning. So how are you going to take what we're doing in classroom to embody the piece? It's not going to be about you. When we hear that piece or when we read what you've written, what are we going to see? What are we going to feel? It helps me bring civic engagement into any classroom.
Our professor would hold up a piece and go, oh, is this the one? And we put it back. And so it was just really cool to actually be there with the designer and experience the pieces.
When I have students who can see what their voice can do, that I think helps them learn more deeply.